Hey.
There's now a 3-in-1 solution to help support your digestive and immune health. New Align 3-in-1 Biotic Gummy contains
Hey
prebiotics,
everybody.
probiotics,
Okay, I'm
and
gonna go ahead and get right into this video. I am expecting a phone call, so I'm gonna make this kind of brief. But for the people that knew about the eviction that I was going through in March, um, there was two parts to the court dates. And we had the first one, which was on March 31st. And, I was told that the eviction was going to be out, in a few days because that's what was decided. It was decided in my favor. But we also had a new court date that was just this past Monday. And it would have been the abatement process for me, meaning if the landlord or owner went into her unit and found it to be damaged or not cleaned up or cleaned out, um, then she could, still pursue some stuff, pursue an eviction, I guess. But the thing is, I don't really know how she would have been able to do that. Maybe I'm wrong. All I know is if she would have had an issue, she would have been able to come in front of the judge and tell her what the issues were, and that was to take place on Monday. But guess what? She never showed up. So I need not tell you how that went. I was there. Um, and yeah, so it was decided in my favor. I beat the case. It's just over, you know. If she would have came and said she had some issues, that would have been my time to produce all of the proof that I have, like rent receipts, footage of the things that was wrong up in there, and a whole lot of other shit that I have. So, and they call that the abatement process. And the attorney was explaining to me how a lot of landlords don't want to go through that because they shit is going to be put out there in front of the judge. And yeah, it's going to be, questionable. So she said that a lot of times they don't show up, And she was right. She didn't. So, yeah, I beat it. Yeah. Hi. Oh, hey. Divine Empress. Oh, really? Yep, so that's pretty much it. It's all over. I'm glad. Nobody want their rental history messed up. And in this case of like where I'm living here now, I definitely can't afford to have it, in disarray because I may not be living here long. Well, I knew before I moved in here and I said the shit too. I even said I wasn't going to get any more furniture, but then I ended up getting some furniture, so it is what it is, but not too much still. But what I'm saying is, I said that I was going to be moving out of here when I moved in, so it's something I expected, and it is what it is. But yeah, I'm in the saving process right now, and I'm so glad. It really came in handy. Yeah, it can come in handy if you discipline yourself and just put up some money. See, at the time when I did, I didn't anticipate having to be able not to work because of my hand. I didn't anticipate, let me say it right, breaking my hand, and not being able to work. So, hey, things happen. They already did, and I'm getting better now. So I'm glad. Like I said in the video the other day, I will be back to work a lot sooner than people think. And I think I should be able to handle it. I don't know about lifting, laundry. Like, I don't know about that. Probably can't do that. But, you know, Yeah, I can't be trying to strain like that, lifting anything to go up and down the steps like that. But I probably can do everything else though. But yeah, we'll see. But there's a will, there's a way. I'll figure it out. Yeah. But yeah, I just feel like I'm so glad that, the options are, back open as far as a place, in case, hey, I need to move from here. Ugh. But honestly, I'm gonna see what happens. I just don't need it to be raining, in the windowsill. That when it rained, you know, that's not cool. I shouldn't have to be getting up rain. What if I had my furniture, these chairs pushed up against there and it got damaged from the water? Um, you see how negligent this man is. He's very negligent, and it just don't make sense. You try to give people passes, but you here with this person, you can't do that. He just, some people just don't have a lot of brain power. They don't understand shit until it smack them right in the fucking face. So I guess that's just what's gonna have to happen to him. So it is what it's gonna be. But he really do have the wrong one. Yeah, and I thought he was at least a little bit smart, to understand that shit. You got the wrong one here, dear. But hey, damn, we gonna see. I'm gonna let y'all know how that turns out, step by step. Documentation is everything. I've already shown y'all some things. But I'm just saying, documentation is everything. So, wow. But at any rate, I'm saying, oh, I want to thank y'all for joining me. Give me a minute here. Oh, wow. Okay, here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Little minute, little minute. Oh, oh. Take a minute. Come on, come on, come on. All right, everybody. Gonna get going. Okay. Good night, y'all. Wait. Give me another minute or two. Let me see it. I'm not gonna miss it. Not tonight. All right.
Divided that in half now. We're really dropping in terms of the
Sit
wildfire
up.
smoke,
Sit
which
up.
is good news. But
Okay.
you'll notice here the air quality alert continues for many until noon tomorrow. And let me show you here, the air quality itself is getting better. We've been in the orange category in most areas, even the red last night. Now we're starting to see that sink south. So yes, our southern counties still unhealthy for sensitive groups if you have asthma, COPD, or other respiratory illnesses, but conditions are improving. Again, you can see the higher amounts down
And
in
y'all
the
dude
south.
told me he couldn't get out today because of the wind and it affecting his asthma.
Darker colors really starting to go away here. So conditions continue to improve, not only by our devices that we're looking at, but also by forecasts as well. And let me show this to you, even though it's dark out tonight. When we looked at this earlier today, you couldn't see the lake because it was covered in that smoke. And that's because cooler conditions exist over Lake Michigan.
You couldn't see the lake today, y'all. It was a bad day for a lake view.
What's called the marine layer.
But it's still nice to have one.
And then when the winds come in off the lake, it flows it inland. So that is why the DNR extended the air quality alert through noon tomorrow. But again, by all indications, we're going in the right direction and conditions will continue to improve smoke-wise tomorrow. 62, dew point of 46 tonight. So cool and comfortable out here on the weather deck. That dew point plays a role in our forecast for tomorrow, which I'll explain in a moment. 50s and 60s tonight will all
Thanks for watching, y'all.
couple of light rain showers